In Gurdjieff's writings, there are two main themes, which are developed and which interlock so neatly and so precisely that it is quite difficult to take them at face value. Is the world that simple? And the two themes are energetic themes, they're not psychological. And the first of these is that the moon arose as a result of an accident. A comet collided with the Earth, the moon flew off into space, and from that moment on, the Earth had to provide the energies necessary to maintain the moon. And these energies, Gurdjieff in his writings calls the energy Ouspensky. So the Earth has to provide Ouspensky, an energy, to maintain the moon in this abnormal situation. Now the second theme is that human beings are on the Earth to produce this substance Ouspensky at a particular level, of a particular quality. But human beings can live on the Earth in a sense the same way as animals live on the Earth, and they provide this Ouspensky for the moon when they die. This is an energy that animates them in a sense, perhaps is involved in the animation of human beings, and when they die, this energy is released and goes to the moon and serves, as Gurdjieff said to Ouspensky in the book In Search of the Miraculous, recorded in the book In Search of the Miraculous by Ouspensky, it serves as food for the moon. So human beings can live at an animal level, provide this substance Ouspensky for the moon when they die, just as animals do. Or, and this is where Gurdjieff's teaching really kicks in, or by means of a process of essentially work upon oneself during our lives, human beings working upon themselves produce this substance Ouspensky for the moon during the course of their lives. And they also produce those energies necessary of a much higher quality for the coating and perfecting of what Gurdjieff writes of as higher being bodies, what we would call souls, and as a result have the possibility of attaining some sort of existence after their death, indeed perhaps even what we would refer to as immortality. So the two themes, firstly, human beings exist on the Earth to produce a substance Ouspensky for the moon, food for the moon. They can do this in two ways. They can live a simple animal life as we do now, generally speaking, or they can live as genuine three-brained beings, as Gurdjieff says, or three-centered beings, genuine human beings, work upon themselves during their lives, producing the Ouspensky necessary to maintain the moon during their lives, and at the same time themselves coating their higher being bodies and attaining for themselves some sort of higher level of being and some sort of existence in other realms, as it were, with higher being bodies, with souls, coated and perfected in them. So we have a choice of how we live. We either live at essentially an animal level, or we live at the human level, where we are involved in work upon oneself, or as Gurdjieff writes of it, being parkadog duty, conscious labours and intentional suffering. He spoke of this to Ouspensky, at least in its beginning, as work upon oneself. And this is what we're engaged in our groups, in our Gurdjieff work. We are producing energies in ourselves, producing the substance Ouspensky for the moon, but also producing energies of a much higher quality to coat and perfect our own higher being bodies, such as they are. So those are the two interlocking themes of Gurdjieff's writings. The moon arose accidentally, it's a catastrophe, and the earth from then on has had to maintain the moon by producing this substance ascokin. The second theme is that we can produce this substance ascokin by two means. One, by living as animals, essentially at an animal level, and the ascokin is released when we die. Or the second, we can live as genuine human beings, and by means of our work upon ourselves during the course of our life, we release this substance ascokin for the moon and other substances of a higher quality for our own benefit. So this is the picture that Gurdjieff is presenting in his writings.